Well, hello my lovelies and welcome back to another little episode of the Warframes. Again, today I am not playing the Warframes, I am talking at you. But today we're going to go over some more of the updates that we got from the devs on their Twitch stream that they did. As I speak to you, it was yesterday, August the 26th, a Saturday, 2023, and wow, what a day of stuff and things. Not only did they drop new demos for not only Warframe, but the new game Soulframe that the original creator of Warframe has now moved on to making, which looked amazing, by the way. But they dropped two demos for Warframe, which was a Necrolist expansion, and Warframe 1999 that's coming next year. The expansion on the Necrolist will be coming, I think, this year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check out my other TENNOCON videos. I've got a little playlist going on so you can find them easily. Wow, so let's get into the other things that they mentioned. Oh, and I should just say quickly, the footage that you see in the background was me watching the Twitch live stream yesterday. Those ladies in the background, the lady on the left, it's Megan and somebody, I can't remember their names. She's actually the new director of Warframe, and she was very stressed out because the servers crashed, and people are telling her right now, as you see on the screen, the servers are crashed, and she's like, yeah, I know. That's what TENNOCON does every year. It was fine. Anyway, what did they announce? The new Warframe that's coming. So between now and October, when they drop all these updates, they're going to do a developer deep dive Twitch stream to go more in depth about the stuff that they announced yesterday, because obviously they had other things they wanted to talk about. But in October, they are dropping a new Warframe, and her name is Dagath, which you will see on the screen now, and she will have a little quest that goes with her so you can learn about her lore and probably obtain her some way, and that will be called the Abyss of Dagath. And there is going to be lore to it that is linked to Grandma, old Granny, on Deimos at the Necrolist, which I am stoked about, because obviously what they announced yesterday was the expansion on the Necrolist, so I feel like all these things are going to be tied in. And I think because it's Halloween themed, they are also dropping a horror theme for dojos. Yeah. I'm sure she mentioned something about the crypt. I don't know if that's the crypt of Dagath or something that you can put into your dojo. Not sure, but we're looking forward to it. She also mentioned at the same time, alongside mentioning Dagath, there will be more Narberus lore. So that's interesting, right? And we love a bit of lore, don't we? We had some yesterday that I found that had been there for a while. Anyway, moving on to the next part. So the next thing is Hydroid. Warframe will be getting a rework, and I think he's worth it. He's just so funny. I love his slappy tentacles. And you could become a puddle and, you know, go around and drown people. Anyway, they're going to work on his abilities. I don't know what they're changing or improving. They did this with Yoreli and Grendel, I believe, last year or the year before. And they're also going to change his passive. So that's interesting. Hydroid will be getting a rework. And that's actually quite good because there's a Hydroid Prime. So that will be very useful. The other thing they announced was that they're going to work on our companions. They're going to do them over, man. They're going to give them the rework, because not so much pets. I don't know if that's what they meant, but I think things like the Death Cube, the Helios, the Shades, you know, the Taxon, they, at the moment, when they die, they die. It's permadeath, and they're going to change that. They're going to make it so that you can revive them somehow, and it's going to be impacted by how you then behave in that mission of how quickly you can res them. Yeah, they're going to make them sturdier, and they're going to make the bond between you and that companion much stronger. So that's good, right? The next thing they announced, no one really cheered for, but I was like, oh no, this is good. They're going to fix, they called it grinds and rough edges, and she mentioned, the lady on the screen right now, how many of you have completed Wave Rider? And I was like, oh, that's a good point. So I think what they're going to do is just make it easier to navigate certain things. I do often get stuck on edges, and well, getting stuck in a door frame is my own problem. But yeah, so they're going to smooth that down. So it's going to make it easier, I think, to complete things like the Wave Rider, which, if you don't know, is the K-Drive events that you do around the open world and, well, various places to earn the Yoreli Warframe parts. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, go to Fortuna and find the Vent Kids. One of the other announcements they made was the next Prime that is coming. I was mildly disappointed. I know a lot of people like this Warframe. I Never really played him much, so I'm going to try and focus in on him, the original Warframe, soon. And that is Grendel Prime. They announced Grendel will be made into a Prime, and he will have 2 weapons, the Xyloc Prime and the Masseter Prime. And it did look amazing when they put it on the screen, and so that's coming too, guys. Another Prime. And the very last thing that I noted as they were talking through them all was they mentioned, drumroll please, a cross save is on its way, and they want to believe they're going to get it done before the end of this year. The reason they haven't rolled it out yet is because they're concerned, she said, about basically destroying everyone's accounts to the point where they're unretrievable, which would be a nightmare, wouldn't it, for everyone involved? So obviously they want to take their time, quite rightly, to make sure that it all works and that nothing breaks. I mean, I think there will be breakages, you just know there probably will, but they said they're going to roll them out in phases. I don't know if they specifically mentioned cross trade, but one would assume that if you can cross save your accounts, then cross trade would become available, and that will turn the trade on its head a little, because coming from console, the prices and the availability of things were different there than they are on PC. PC is just, there's so much out there. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that works. And also for people like me, I actually have 2 Warframe accounts. I have a Legendary 1 account on Xbox, if you don't know, and I have this new account that I started on PC, which is when I decided to start recording it and put it on YouTube for your viewing pleasure, to see how I progress and maybe get some hints and tips from it. But yeah, I mean, everyone's like, oh, that's a dilemma for you, isn't it? And I'm like, no. I have got a lot of good stuff on that other account, and I could totally help myself out. Like totally. And yeah, I mean, it's Warframe, it's all good. And I don't know if you can see from the screen, but the lady on the left, the director, she's so passionate about this game. She was obviously very nervous about being live on stage in front of, essentially it was like over 200,000 people were watching at any given time on Twitch as well, and all the people there in the audience. She was very stressed out, but she was so impassioned about it, you know. She loves the game, and she's now in a position where she can put that passion into the game and give it back to us. So it's all good, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. For now, I'm going to say goodbye, but whoa, what a load of updates. And I don't know if you can see on the screen, Dog Days has dropped. It's an event that's happening in the game, and it's so much fun. I will put up a video of me playing that. I got straight into it, obviously, yesterday, because I just love it. And yeah, that will be coming next, I imagine. So for now, you take care and goodbye.